Okay, welcome to number two video in the series of me talking to artists that are going to be playing at Girrakool in 2019. Girrakool's shaping up to be really good. We're really, really pleased. There's a lot of moving parts at the moment with everything, but it's shaping up real nicely. Great mix of blues, soul, roots, and a bit of rock in there, you know. So anyway, it's going to be really good. But now it's over to, big top 10. That's right. Just got reminded, big top 10. It's going to be great. You know, I'm not sure how many of you went to, earlier this year, the first one we had our big tent at. It's coming back again. So it's really, it's going to be great. And also 50 teams. That's what we're going to cap it at 50 barbecue teams. So there's a lot of good barbecue to be had. But hey, let's take it away to Kane Dennelly. Here I've got Kane Dennelly from 1920 here, and he's playing Girrakool with the rest of the boys, Sid Green and John. So yeah, Kane. So mate, let's start at the beginning. What got you into music? Like, guitar particularly, or just music in general? What was your
my first instrument was trombone.
Oh, trombone.
Yeah, in year 4. I was wearing a skivvy. I was pretty cool. So what's the coolest instrument you can play as I was 8 or 9 or something. It's a trombone. So I joined the local jazz band, playing trombone. And I don't really remember. I remember like an F note, which is just near the bell. Well, I can't remember, it's just before. But I remember my best or my most full-on memory from that time was dropping the trombone slide down the stairs of the school hall, and it was like bent out of shape. And I bent it back into shape, and no one ever knew. So that was good. So I was also an instrument repairer at a young age.
Excellent.
But, the guitar I started because I wanted a girlfriend. Simple. Yeah.
Yeah. Great. So what style? So you're playing a bit of jazz as such, with the trombone. Well, that's something I didn't know. But that's great.
When I say jazz, it's like school concert bands, like
oompa.
Terrible. But good stuff as a kid. But yeah, I started playing just a simple boogie blues thing that my brother showed me, actually. He's like, "Oh, check this out." And so that's what started me. I was about 12. So yeah, started when I was about 12 doing that.
Yeah, right. So what like influences in music, what were you listening to when, that was happening?
I went through a massive punk phase. I love punk music. And my older brother's 5 years older, and he got me into a lot of stuff like Rancid and Dropkick Murphys, and he said like edgy, full on, I'd call it punk stuff. And yeah, then I was in a punk band called Stuart Johnson and the One-Eyed Goat with mohawks, and I thought I was cool as shit. And my brother Heath, he goes, "Nah, mate, you got to sort yourself out." I had chains and I had cut up army pants, and I thought I was an anarchist when clearly I was a middle class white kid living with mum and dad in Goulburn, and still getting told what to do. So clearly I wasn't an anarchist, but he said, "No, sort yourself out and come to the Goulburn Blues Fest," which back then was like the showground, back when it was an amazing festival.
Yeah.
And I saw Matt Corcoran for the first time there, Kevin Borich, a band called Muddy Puddles. I used to be playing. Who else? Jeff Lang too. Actually, it was the first time I saw Jeff Lang, and from then on, that was what I loved. Yeah,
right. So when did 1920 come into the picture? I suppose how did that happen?
So from the first, I was playing in a few little crappy shuffle bands, like being like rip off Stevie Ray Vaughan, but with about 3% of his talent. And I was okay at doing that stuff, but as you know, there's so many good players in this country doing it and doing it really well. I met a guy at TAFE. I was studying music at TAFE of all things, and he played a bit of drums. He was a guitarist, but then we started a 2-piece and started that rootsy swamp stuff. I don't know how it happened. It just happened. And we were about 19 at the time. I was 20, hence the name. There's a hot tip for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how it started. And then from there, we just toured around Australia 6 or 7 times in a Toyota Camry with all our gear in a trailer behind. And we just played every shit place you can imagine. And learn. That's how we learn our craft, was just working our asses off, getting better gigs, and so that's how the 1920 thing started.
Yeah, right. Okay. So, and you've so you obviously started listening to more blues music as such, and drawing on, that, like different influences from, or is it just because I mean it's 1920's got such a mishmash of blues and roots, kind of hillbilly, rockabilly, it's got like a bit of everything,
Yeah. So I mean, I love R.L. Burnside and those older blues guys that play the real swampy one chord groove stuff. John Lee Hooker, I love all that. So it's my version of their stuff, but clearly I find it difficult coming from where I've come from and doing what I do to mimic what they do. You just can't. It's like someone doing a Queen song. You just can't do it. Just don't, so that's why we do our own sort of version of it. And I think John Lee Hooker said the blues is about a man and a woman. So a lot of our beats are, I call them love-making beats, like if we're jamming, it's like, let's, get into this one. And like, that's why it builds up. And because apparently you can't just hit it and quit it. You got to build the motion in the ocean. So that's why a lot of our songs are like that.
Yeah. I mean, you guys are, definitely known, apart from the music, but also the show, the energy, the fun. I mean, you see some bands and they're like just playing, and they're just going through the motions. You guys, generally, you look like you're having so much fun. It's not a chore. So
no, it's the best job in the world. I know a lot of people say that about their jobs, but for us, it's every second is awesome. As soon as we're driving to the gig in the van, we're laughing.
Yeah.
That for 5 years. It's what you see on stage is what happens in the van, and we just love it. I don't know how people stand still and not jump around like idiots, but there's so much energy in the crowd. It's almost like having 1,000 ADD kids together in a room that shouldn't be together. It's like you and your mum go, you shouldn't play with that boy because that's like us. We should not play in a band together because
Good.
Who knows what's going to happen.
Well, I'm going to play a bit of a clip, see whether I can work the laptop here and see whether it works. Here we go. So we're still recording, and here we go. And where's that? Oh, gee. Here we go. And then put that on. Click that. Sorry about this, Kane. I'll get better at this as I go. So where is that? Oh, that's wrong. Here we go. I'm not sure what you're saying. You might be saying a blank screen. So there's a bit of it.
He was a little boy, a little Jack Black, working hard.
Okay, yeah, so that kind of worked. What did you see at your end? I'm interested.
I only heard audio.
Sorry, you only heard a bit of audio?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, I think my end was recording, so I'll show it to you before we play it out on air. But So guitars, like you've got definitely there's you play the acoustic kind of resonator guitar. I'm not sure what brand it was. What's your favourite guitar and why? What's the story of that?
I like all of them. It's like having. Can you have 6 wives and love them equally? Yeah. Would you want them? No, one's enough. My favourite slide guitar. I've got a beautiful National Tricone that's a brass. Actually, it's a steel body and it's powder coated grey. It's a beautiful guitar. Acoustically, it sounds amazing, but plugged in, it sort of gets lost in our mayhem. So I love that guitar. My main slide guitar is a Martin, is just a cheap biscuit thing. I've got 3 of them actually, 3 of the same guitar. I've had about 6 over my life, but one I've got is nearly 10 years old, and it's bog standard. You can pick them up on eBay for like $200, and I plug that into a Fender amp on at least half, and then push it a bit, and then it just sounds like a trash can. It's awesome. With some wah and a pog, you know, with the octave pedal going. I love it. And I've got a beautiful acoustic, a Taylor 814CE. It's a beautiful acoustic. Doesn't really get the love with the band, but when I'm doing solo stuff or slow intimate songs, that guitar just sings. And obviously my main electric Gibson SG, which I think is an amazing guitar.
Yeah, SGs are great, aren't they? So you generally use a Fender amp as such too, is that?
Preferably, yeah. I just find for both guitars, it's really hard to find one amp for both of those guitars. Yeah. One's like a high output SG pickup, obviously, and then the other one's a $20 biscuit pickup. So I use a bit of an equalizer and I change it for those guitars. But the Fender, just on a clean setting, is usually the go-to.
Yeah, right, cool. So, obviously there sounds like there'd be so many memorable moments, but is there one you would, that you would say was kind of like, I don't know, one of the funniest, but also one of the things that just sticks in your mind of like, so, I mean, it's a bit of a funny one to ask, but.
Not at all. It's just so many. This is just one of the, back in the good old days when the original drummer and I were just touring around. We played in Karratha, and it's rough there. Like a lot of FIFO workers, a lot of dudes working long hours, doing weird split shifts. So their night time would be our 9 o'clock in the morning, that sort of thing. And so we get to the gig and we set up on a stage, and there was a metal pole in the middle of the stage. We didn't really think much of it. And we walk into this pub and it's just all dudes in fluoro, skimpy barmaids, which is pretty standard for WA, right? But you just walk in and sense the tension. And we did a little bit of a sound check while Metallica was blaring through the in-house system. We just thought, what the hell are we doing? And this girl walks up in a trench coat and she's like, oh, can you guys just move that? We had some stuff on the stage. She goes, because I need to do my show now. And she did a strip show on this stage with this metal pole on the pole. And then we had to go on straight after, so all these dudes in fluoro just like blue balled out of their heads. And they're like, oh, it was the hardest gig. I nearly got glass, actually. The glass was coming like this. And then the guy's mate held the glass here just as it was just about to hit my head. It was full on. That's one of the memorable moments. There's another one too, Bridgetown. WA, we're playing on the stage, on the main stage. It was pumping like massive bass, everyone was kicking ass. And then we saw a security guard on the side just shining his light, and you could see something was going on. And we didn't find out till later that he spotted two people directly under the stage, one of those floating ones. They were having sex while we were playing. They were just smashing under the stage. While we're on the stage, just doing our thing, and they're just underneath making babies.
So what they call the baby if they had one 1920 or something?
Yeah, maybe. Who knows? I'm not going to be responsible for that kid because it's not going to turn out right, I tell you. None of us did. Gee. Kane, thanks heaps, mate. We're so stoked to have you guys again play Girrakool. You're a bit of a favourite there. It's going to be fun. We're onwards and upwards, and now having the big top tent, we're pretty happy. It's kind of really getting that festival vibe, to it. Yep. So it's really good. But thanks so much, mate, and talk soon, hey. No worries. Thank you.
Thank you. Okie dokes. How good was that? Great fun having a chat with Kane. What a funny fellow Kane is. What a funny young fellow is Kane. Anyway, we've got Jules Parker from Hussey Hicks up next, but have you been commenting below, in this video? Have you been sharing it? Because if you have, you could be in the running for one of 4 buddy packs. And all you got to do is register at the website below, and away you go. You could be in the running to win one of those buddy packs. And, with that comes some merch, T-shirts, and some beer coolers. So, get along to that one. And remember to watch out for the next video because it's going to be a lot of fun where we're talking again. We're talking with Jules Parker from Hussey Hicks. And it's an interesting interview as, she was on the way to Big Sound in Brisbane. So it's done from the train to here. technology. I mean, it's a little wonky at times because you're in cyberspace, and sometimes the connection can vary. But you'll get the picture. You'll get the picture. You'll hear us have a good chat. It was really good fun having a chat with her. So watch out for that one, and make sure you share, comment, register. Yes, you go. Get ready. See you soon. Bye.